Here we have a 2023 Toyota Tacoma. This one comes in the TRD Sport trim level in ice cap, and then we get black leather interior. Now the powertrain on this Tacoma is going to consist of a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and that's going to give us 278 horsepower, 265 pound-feet of torque, and this one has just at 10,000 miles on it. But front end here, LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and LED fog lights, and the LEDs don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But I love the look for the 23 Tacomas. Kind of excited to see the 24s as well, but still a great look, I think. And then down here we get 17-inch aluminum wheels. I just love this ice cap. It looks beautiful, especially on a sunny day like today. But we have our rear window lock here, power door lock controls here, power mirror controls here. And then we do have one-touch automatic up and down windows for the front, just regular power windows for the back. 2 small bottle holders there. Premium JBL sound system, I just tested it out. Love the sound, bass is good, mid's good, and then it's very in your face as well. But traction control toggle there, automatic high beams, bed lamp. That's gonna be for your 3-prong plug-in. That's the latch for the hood. Then we do get a manual tilt telescope steering wheel. By pulling that, we can adjust it. But here's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we'll check out the leg room here in a moment. But a huge shout out to John Roberts Toyota for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below to it, as well as their entire pre-owned inventory in the description below. But you all can pause that if you want to look closer at the features. This was generated by their system. Don't have a window sticker for this one, I don't think. But I'm gonna try to hop back here. So not the best leg room. Pretty much every mid-sized truck has not figured this out yet. Like I said, I have that seat up front adjust for someone of my size, and that's what we're looking at there. But we do have 2 bottle holders here. Back seat pocket there. And a grab handle here, but nowhere to hang the hanger hooks, but okay. Fuel cap is there. As we come around to the back end here, there she is in all her glory. There's a tow hitch there, spares underneath there, exhaust. And we do get a manual bedside step, so you just kind of kick that out. You can use that to hop in back here. And then you just put it back up. And then over here we do have that 3-prong plug-in. And open this up, additional storage there. But a pretty usable bed in my opinion. Just a little bit of space is taken up on the sides there. But for the most part, you got all your hooks and anchors and such. And you can make it work for whatever you have. That meets the payload requirements, of course. I can't remember if I mentioned we have passive keyless entry on the front. But there's the 4-way manual front passenger seat. Lockable glove compartment here. Pretty good size for that glove compartment. But coming back around to the front end here, we're gonna go ahead and pop the hood. And these are known to be a pain. Trying to get these open, the hood's so heavy. But there's that V6. Hopefully with the 24 redesign, they'll fix this hood, because my gosh, it's heavy. And it's just so hard to unlatch when I only have one hand. But I like the design there. I like having the hood scoop there. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So very nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Easy to grip onto, and it just feels very premium. Now over to the radio here. We have the home button, and that shows you have your map there, audio there, phone there, and to toggle your Bluetooth, you can just add, and then it walks you right through it. You search for it on your phone and then follow the prompts. And then we do have our menu here. So we get AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, and then we get wired Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. And then our settings are in here. So you can toggle the clock there, language here, and then you can change your temperature to Celsius, your miles to kilometers, so on and so forth. And there are your projection settings. You can set the CarPlay, Android Auto on and off there. Now here is the navigation screen. To search, you can just type in a keyword or address. You can use voice recognition and it'll give you the destination there. And then you have points of contact or points of interest, contacts, and then you can type in an address. Your Toyota apps go there if you want to download some of those. And then it's pretty much it. Volume knob, you can turn one way or the other, then you can mute and then unmute it to mess with the volume again. Backup cameras there, no guidelines that follow you, but you do have the lines to show you where you're going. Now down here, we have our dual zone automatic climate controls, 3-stage heated front seats for the driver, front passenger. Fan speed can be adjusted here. Hit that mode button to toggle where the airflow is coming from. You can adjust the temperature for that side. And you can also sync and unsync there. And your auto mode is there. To turn that down, you can just adjust the fan speed. And then you hit this button to adjust, or to cut the whole system off, excuse me. And we do have our mirror defrosters there. 4-wheel drive controls, so you can just turn that to 4-wheel high and then push and turn it to 4-wheel low. But hazards are right there. Blind spot monitors, parking sensors, USB charge port indicator, 12 volt. And then we do have a power sliding rear window. And then we do have a power sunroof as well. So you can either tilt it up, so you have to hold it to do that, or you can push it for a one-touch slide. It'll go that far back, you hit it a second time to get it all the way back. Controls are there. Sunglass holder there. And I hope we get the premium LED dome lights in the new body style with garage door transmitters there. And then back to the steering wheel, the stalks on either side. So the left side blinker, when the headlamps are on, high beams, flash there, corners, auto, daytime running lights off. Then in auto mode, you can hit that for the high beams, and then it'll toggle the auto high beams when they're on there. And then to the left side stalk, windshield wiper control. So one time, intermittent low, high. We can adjust our intermittent here. Then you can just pull up for the front wiper fluid. Now to the steering wheel itself, we can go through our track list, radio station presets here, volume controls here, voice recognition button here, and we can go through our audio settings here and then hold it, our audio sources here, and then hold this button to mute. And then we have our Bluetooth controls here. And then to the right side, all this is for the gauge cluster. So we can scroll through our sub menus there, and then we go into a specific menu, we can adjust that. So settings here, as you can see, so lane departure, all that can be set up. And there are your tire pressure monitors. But I like to keep my view right there. And then we have the gap adjust for the radar cruise, and then the lane departure system there. And then we can just hold this to put it into regular cruise, and then we can just click it and it goes to the radar cruise control. We can adjust all that there, cancel there. There's the push button start. Here's the key fob. And next, let's take this V6 Tacoma out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Tacoma, I've driven a 4-cylinder before. Now, of course, that feels just a tad underpowered to me, just being in a pickup truck, but this V6 is pretty good. And I haven't looked much into the new engines coming for the new Tacoma, but I'm expecting a turbocharged and a hybrid setup there. So it'll be bittersweet getting rid of the 3.5 liter V6 if they decide to get rid of it. You might just add new powertrains, but everybody's going to 4 cylinders and turbocharged engines. So it's just gonna be strange as you get less and less naturally aspirated V6s, because those tend to hold up pretty well. But I mean, the driving dynamics here, I feel like everything feels a lot more comfortable than when I drove the Tacoma SR with a 4-cylinder. I mean, you get a leather wrap steering wheel here, leather seats, heated seats. And this V6 it tends to feel a lot less strained. And it just sounds better overall, in my opinion. But I do like all the features that come on this TRD Sport. Having the navigation installed, the bigger radio, the JBL sound system, which sounds so great in a truck like this. And then having the LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights. Again, it's just, I like having all of these options here. Now, of course, you're gonna pay for that in terms of price. But honestly, I would leave this one the way it is. I know you get a base model Tacoma, you wanna put wheels on it, you wanna put a lift kit on it, maybe do a few aftermarket performance parts, and then you still have a truck that doesn't have heated seats or doesn't have leather unless you install that aftermarket. And I feel like at this price point, you get so much for the money. Specifically new. Now, used for as long as time, these have been bringing crazy money pre-owned, especially from owners, because these things are known to last quite a long time. But driving dynamics wise, I like the steering feel. I like that it's not necessarily stiff, but it's also not overly loose. Even though the ride quality is not shabby, I still feel like I'm in control of the truck and I can feel the road. And sound acoustics in here are actually pretty nice. I feel like I'm in a more open cabin than I really am, because like these mid-sized trucks are, you tend to suffer with the space in here. And even in the driver's seat here, I have several, well, 1 or 2 inches of headroom because of the sunroof, but like right in here, I have to have my legs like this, and just how the seat's made, it's weird. Everything is, there's just not a lot of room in mid-sized trucks these days, even after the redesign from Ford for the Ranger, bringing that back, and then GMC, Chevy just redid their trucks this year, and still nobody fixed the interior. But I guess a lot of people weren't complaining about it, so there you have it. But brake pedal feels nice. Now we're gonna try and give it some throttle getting on the interstate here. I'm actually gonna put it into the shift mode. And I like that the transmission listens to you when you put it into that sport mode, just being able to manually shift there. And I also just like the sound from the engine. This is getting a little messy. I need to get out of these trucks' way. But now we'll go ahead and turn on the radar cruise. Yeah, this truck behind me literally got over the last second and made this other one swerve over. It was crazy. I'm glad that lane was there, but they all have to get off this weigh station, I suppose. But in terms of just the driving capabilities of this, I like that I'm up high. The hood is quite intrusive, but at the same time, I'm in a pickup truck, and honestly, just the way that the seating position is, I still feel like I can see over the hood to what's in front of me. But like having the naturally aspirated V6, drives nicely. The 6-speed is great, and I'm sure this truck will last several 100,000 miles with this pretty reliable powertrain. But Toyota did something smart with just putting adaptive cruise on pretty much every vehicle they offer. And it really kind of gave them, it still gives them kind of an edge, because a lot of vehicles still don't offer that standard. You have to buy 8-9 packages. I'm over exaggerating, but you have to get all this stuff to get adaptive cruise control, which in my opinion should be standard on how much people are paying for these vehicles. But all in all, again, I love the driving dynamics. Ride quality is very nice just coming down the interstate here. You'll suffer a little bit with fuel economy as opposed to having a turbocharged 4-cylinder, but not by much. And then some of those, like the AT4 Canyon, you still get 21 miles per gallon highway. I think the Tacoma might do a little bit better than that now. But still, I think this truck has the best track record for reliability, especially as the powertrain has not been changed up for so long. So if you're in the market to get one of these before they start doing crazy stuff with the engine and transmission like everybody else is, definitely make sure you check out this 2023 Toyota Tacoma.